everyone. It's the James and Greg show. What the hell are you doing? Well, James isn't here this week, so I've got some friends here, and we're going to talk to you about episode 2 and 3 of Dancing with the Stars.
Talk you through it.
Stick around. James isn't here. Who's with me today?
Hey guys, my name's Luke.
I'm Devin, but I can be your James.
So we all are together at the LA Connection Improv Theater on weekends with a show, right?
That's pretty fun.
Show every weekend.
So they're helping me out while James is on vacation in Greece.
Oh wow, good for him.
Yes.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey James,
what
what's
are you,
going
better
on?
than us?
Are you watching this? Do you have
Santorini?
Do you have Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
We're in Burbank.
Do the buildings have blue tops?
That building has a blue top. Okay, you
Do
could
you
just
pick
stayed here.
fruit from trees?
So
Oh, yeah.
there you go.
Sorry. I'm a learner.
They're new.
I wanted him closer to me.
So episode 2 and 3, this is what we're talking about. So we're going to put them all together and just talk about who gets eliminated. Let's get the most disappointing, my least favorite. Let's get Barbara out of the way first.
Barbara, yeah.
So
okay.
the lady from Shark Tank, she did tango.
I remember that.
Something's
yes.
going on with Barbara. I have a theory about this.
Yes.
I think she's too horny.
That makes sense.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
For that age, for this circumstance, she's too horny.
Like sometimes that comes in handy, like when you're dancing. You know, you want that.
Oh, yeah,
kind
you
of
want
pizzazz and like
that's the right
closeness
context.
with the character, but that just she's so horny, it's like stiffened her up, and she can't. You know,
Yeah,
she
not the
can't-
only one.
She can't. She can't. Greg's like,
Is it you, Greg? Because it's not her partner.
Yeah.
Her partner.
Oh, Keo's like.
Keo's like. Ah.
Keo is like, he looks at the camera, he's like, help me.
I was watching
Look in his eyes.
deep cut to episode 1. How can I even remember 2 and 3 were
I
so
think that's why they
good?
might have been kept around for a while, just because, they like that dynamic.
Right.
But she was standing with him, hand on the leg.
Oh, yeah.
And I noticed.
Can you see his hand?
Yeah, can you get that?
You look at the
What I'm doing
camera.
to
I'll put a
Luke.
picture right here.
You look
We
at the
got it.
camera.
I'm molesting
dancing with
Luke for your own good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was right. It was right there.
Yeah. It's like, hey, Keo, show me on this doll where Barbara touched you, right? So she danced her tango and found out Monday night she was out of there. And she didn't take it very well either.
I like the second one. Her second dance was better, though, because she was kind of listening up a bit.
A little bit.
It maybe would have been nice to maybe see her go an extra 1 or 2, just to kind of see what she's really got.
Okay, so next up was Nikki and Artem. So the first night, Monday night, was ballroom dancing, and Tuesday night were Latin dances.
Yes.
So, as I would like to call Latin dances, I can't afford buttons for my shirt. Right?
That is true.
That's how I choose V-necks, by how deep they can go. And the Latins, they want to show off the chest, their
Right.
belly button type, everything.
And their waxing skills, obviously, too.
That is true. There's a lot of, it's really spicy.
Man boobs. So Nikki and
both.
Artem danced. They danced a waltz on Monday, and everyone decided they were better. She's the wrestler.
Yeah,
She's very aggressive normally.
It was very nice to watch because, compared to the last one, she seemed, like they said, more confident.
Yeah.
She was kind of, and she
More-
was beautiful and graceful.
As opposed to aggressive.
Tough and it was nice. It was a good change.
And then on Tuesday they did a samba, and
cool.
she was very stiff, it looked like a wrestler dancing. So,
Could be sciatica. I've got a theory about everybody.
so,
sciatica.
so their score for Tuesday, which is the only one that matters now because the Monday elimination is done, is 18. They were
right.
towards the bottom of the pack.
So they're kind of going up and down.
Right.
I think she's gonna find her groove.
Right.
I think it's gonna be there, or she'll get eliminated. She won't have the chance to find her groove. So that happens too.
And
It does happen in life.
But I like her, so I feel like other people like her.
Oh yeah, she has a huge wrestling
I
following.
almost don't want to vote against her because she could body slam me.
Oh yeah, she'll come to your house and just kick your ass.
Yeah.
be
All
nice.
10,000 million people have voted. You important people who listen, the viewers.
So next up was Lindsay and Mark. Lindsay, the violinist that dances around.
She's
intense,
gorgeous.
She is amazing.
She is.
And graceful.
Yes. Once,
And elegant.
Like when they
once
say she goes and gets it, like she really does. It's like she lets it all out there. It's like
and she has that face of, holy crap, I'm Dancing with the Stars the whole time.
Yeah, you want that. You want it to be blowing their minds like Frankie Muniz. Like Frankie Muniz was crying the whole
very
thing.
emotional. It's an emotional thing.
But Lindsay was awesome. She was leaderboard at the end of week 1, and she's in second place on the end of Tuesday.
That's pretty killer.
Um,
I know it was the season premiere, but I thought they were the best.
Oh, they were
It's kind of
awesome.
hard to tell like who the actual dancer was and who the star was.
Right.
Like they both looked like dancers.
But her hair's like crazy.
Yeah,
It's like,
That is
makes
true.
my hair look good.
And then the next 2 episodes, she's trying to keep that momentum of like, no, I'm the best.
And then when they're doing the salsa where she did the back kick and hit the back of her head with the heel of her shoe.
That was
That's Jackie Chan right there.
Next up was Nick and Peta.
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 The whole situation, man, is
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know.
I know. And
Swingers? Question mark.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Okay.
this is quickly becoming Swinging with the Stars, right?
nice, that'd be good.
Yeah,
That's the
because
after hours show online.
Oh,
That's the tabloid show. Is there something happens every season? I imagine,
Right,
right? Is
right.
the dark web
There's gotta
talking
be
about this? Like
something.
some gossip?
Well, there's one of the dancers they rumor perhaps becomes very close to her partners because she's not married. Well, we'll get to that in a moment.
Oh, of course.
Now that you touched on
Let's
it.
talk.
I just want to touch. I don't want to throw off the order.
But Nick, he first danced on Monday night to Barry Manilow.
That was.
What are you trying to say, Nick?
Yeah. What are you trying to say?
That's what you used to jam out to? Boys in the 98 degrees.
And then he did a tango on Tuesday, and he's one of those dancers that I feel like learns the steps but doesn't learn the dance. I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be here. It's like you get
That's
like
the kind of trap
blocking.
I think you like people fall in this type of show is because dancing is hard. It takes skill and like
Right.
finesse, and sometimes you just kind of go through the motions.
That's exactly
and
what it looks like.
That's what you like. That's what you kind of get into, and it's hard to go from like doing. It's like hard to get there, but it's even harder to kind of get that extra. Like I'm actually a dancer.
James has a theory. He said last time was
What did he say?
that his wife is also a contestant here.
Yeah, she.
Yes, and she's good.
She's got it. Yeah.
But
Grew up
he-
with her on MTV. It's blowing my mind. Yeah.
But he always said he would never do it. James says the only reason he's doing it is because she wanted to do it, and they wouldn't let her on without her bringing along Nick.
Nick Lachey was the
Isn't
strong
that
arm.
him
Yeah, because his
kinda
brother won
Anyway?
Yes, of course.
seasons ago.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
So he's just there kind of, and it kind of looks that way. I mean, we're like, hey, week 2, I'm going to come out and rock to.
Because I remember when he said,
Manilow.
they said he was never going to be on the show.
Yeah.
It's like, never say never. I'm like, yeah, never say never because you might be offered a lot of money someday to do something that you might not want to do. They'll hit
To
that,
swing on your wife.
as you know, everyone has their price. So that's not what I say.
So his score was towards the bottom. It was a 19. Next up was Drew Scott and Emma Slater. So Drew Scott, the
Yeah.
property brother guy.
He's,
He's suffering from what I can only describe as whiteness. It's just, it's
true.
an
That is what it
uphill
is.
battle
Thank
for
you.
him.
puts it in great terms.
His legs go inward when they should go outward. I know the problem.
Arms.
But I think what they're saying is he's the fixer-upper, which we all like.
He's
Right.
half of a whole.
HGTV.
And so he's just, there's something missing there, you know?
But he's incrementally getting better. He was not that good the first week, and then
Yeah.
Monday he was better,
He
and
has good
Tuesday
showmanship. He
was
has pretty
better.
good showmanship, though. You know,
But
so
he's
it's
not
not-
coming.
but I mean,
His teeth, too. What is that? They're so pearly white and large.
Well, that's because he's on a reality show.
yeah.
Yeah. So my wife says he looks like Tim Robbins.
I'll have to take another look.
Yeah, which means nothing. Next up was Derek Fisher and Sharna. Yeah, the basketball player that.
Okay.
Yeah.
He definitely
Yeah.
brings a certain amount of pizzazz to his dancing. you
All
know?
of the athletes on this show are a step above because athletics and dancing don't normally go together for some reason, even though it's a very physical. They should kind of overlap. They don't.
Yeah.
But both T.O. and him,
So I think
did great.
kind of like Nick, you know, Derek's kind of hitting like
Despite.
the opposite kind of thing. So like Nick's kind of going through the motions.
Right.
But then Derek, he's got all like the pizzazz and the energy of like a dancer. But he's missing maybe some of like, he knows what he's doing, but he doesn't have that finesse yet.
Right, and that was really apparent on the Paso Doble. He really appeared like he was acting and moving, not dancing.
Yeah.
He didn't. He and then maybe
Fine dancing, Greg. What is this?
it comes from the soul.
It's a flow.
Is it the Holy
you know?
Spirit?
I think maybe that's what it is. It's
No,
more
the
of
Holy
a-
Spirit hates it.
It's more of a flow where basketball is kind of like, you know, it's drills, it's patterns, things like that. So he's kind of,
Pivots.
he's still hitting
Yeah.
the patterns, but he has
Exactly.
like the showmanship on top of it. But it's like dancing is flowing.
Yeah, flowing. You go beyond just hitting the marks to really making it flow together.
Same with music. I'm learning a lot.
So like the marks don't exist anymore, you know? Like a continuous thing.
And then next up is obviously the person you have a man crush on, Frankie.
Huge man crush on Frankie Muniz.
Me and my
his
roommate,
joy.
Me and my roommate recently rewatched all of Malcolm in the Middle. And I was like, oh, no way. Frankie and Muniz is on Dancing with the Stars this season. I'm like, good for him.
Okay, I will straight up say I was wrong. I've been giving him crap ever since they announced it because I thought he would be Little Robot Man.
Oh, yeah.
and he's really stepped
You don't have
up.
to bring up his height, Greg, just because you're fashionably tall.
I don't want to be short with him, but
Always with the puns. Great.
But-
Got him.
but he says he does 12 hours worth of work each day to be ready for the 5 hours of rehearsal they get. He works out, he does cryogenics.
I missed that part.
he-
He goes in
he's-
the bathroom.
He's
impressive.
dedicated, and it shows in his enthusiasm. His
Yeah,
skill's
he's
not
really-
necessarily there, but man, he
He's
wants
really
to be
bringing the
there.
passion, to the project.
It brings up the question:
And
can talent be learned?
Even
you
like,
know?
Right.
even in school. I mean, like, whoever was like passionate about the project, even though like they didn't really do anything, they were the people that like kind of got everyone else like to do it and like
Right.
get things done.
Passion
Passion is key.
of
then-
the Muniz.
And then next up was James's favorite, Jordan, Fisher, and Lindsay. It's the guy from Hamilton. He
Yes.
was in
Yes.
Grease.
my
He's
friend.
amazing.
I think he's the judge's favorite
Oh,
to
yeah.
a fault.
Right.
I think he's their theater boy, and they're like, "You're one of us, 9." But really, he's got an easy road ahead of him. Whereas maybe some of the jocks, there's some subliminal hatred going
I
that
can't
way.
remember if it was the first episode, second episode. Just kind of like one of his dances. I was like, wow. I was like, okay. And
Yeah.
you can see it. Everyone felt it. Like that was impressive.
He's been great. The samba he did on Tuesday night was very fluid and energetic and just vibrant.
He's got that flow.
But I think they grade on a curve this early. Since he has a musical background, in theater, I think he's not getting necessarily the scores he would if it was like Drew doing as well. They would be giving higher scores.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it kind of might have been some tough love.
You think?
That's how
I
it goes.
disagree.
You do?
Hot take. Sorry.
Honestly,
Hot mic.
Why do you disagree?
I disagree because I think there's this little band of musical theater nerds, and they're going to get their own Hamilton winner, and Terrell Owens is going to end up crying because
being in theater personally myself, the theater kind of
It's a
does stick
cult.
to its own little like groups and things like that. And
It's
so
a
I
group
kinda-
sex
Who's
cult.
the popular kid does get ahead. it's a little annoying. Like, oh, this guy's getting the part, and be like, well, what about me over here? They're like, well, no one knows you, so you don't matter.
Wow. That's why I never
we
did
clearly
theater.
have a chip on our shoulder
Theater's
about
great
this.
though. I mean,
Yeah, I can tell.
that's why we do it improv.
This is personal.
Because it's cooler.
They can't say no to you.
Then we'll skip to Terrell, since you seem to want to go give him a hug
Terrell.
and crap.
I'm just like, everybody's got to have a corner man, and I'm Tio's corner man. I think he's getting the shaft.
I think he's improving.
For a tall man with a body that's been destroyed
But
by sports.
I think he came out really strong in like episode 1. That he was first dance, first to go. Talk about the pressure, And I thought it was awesome. It killed it. It was entertaining. And then they give him all this like, he got some hard negative feedback. And they're like, wow, like that was tough. And I think that's why we kind of maybe throwing him off his game a little bit this whole time.
Well, one of the things we found out earlier was he was a
good
last-minute
read, though.
replacement. He actually was going to be on this season, and they brought him in because Bobby Brown dropped out.
Never rely on Bobby Brown.
Whoever Bobby
That's
Brown
what
is.
we've learned. That's what Witney learned.
slap him
He's
silly.
obviously not a star.
Yeah, but he's coming back. I think give him a couple weeks.
I think I'm not a fan. Next up is Vanessa, Lachey, and Max.
Or Lacey, as Devin likes to say.
Also
Me too.
beautiful. I've got another theory about her, which has just more to do with my own personal, what kind of relationship will we have if we were together, and I think it'd be a good one because she's been doing MC work for so long that she's so charming.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like whatever you throw at her, it's gonna be adorable.
Or like everything she says, no matter what it is, like you'll be happy about it. You're like, oh, wow.
she's the female Ryan Seacrest.
Oh, yeah.
There we
I
go.
get it.
That's
But
a good
every time she dances and spins into like a walk move, the expression on her face for me is like, hell yeah! It's exactly what she looks like. And her hair goes everywhere.
She's
and
very,
shit.
She's
She's
natural
really
with this.
extreme.
Yeah.
She's a very extreme
Pop,
character, and like
rock.
that's probably like she probably got Nick to convince him to be like, she's like, this is what I want to do, and she can see that.
So the end of Tuesday, Nick was up as one of the ones to be eliminated. And there's a quick wide shot where you can see when he's announced and she said she's fine, you can see her being so upset that he's up for elimination. She doesn't.
She's an empath.
If you, yes.
That's what that is.
If you look around, everyone else is hugging. Oh God, we're safe. She immediately turns around and looks at her husband to see what's going to happen. I thought that was
codependent.
very sweet. Oh yeah, I am codependent.
Codependent empath.
And you're single, right?
No, I need you.
Just checking,
Yeah,
because that's hard to believe.
I'm very psychologically informed.
but she did really well.
And next up was Victoria and Val. Victoria is the recently walking person.
Yes.
Has an amazing backstory
She's
that
so
does so
adorable,
well.
man. It's amazing.
Smiles.
She's incredible. I won't
really
say anything negative about her.
Well, that'd be different.
There's a line for everyone. She's amazing.
But yeah, it was pretty incredible, just her whole story, and what I found interesting for the rumba.
Not being able to feel the legs.
Right.
That's crazy.
the
Walking on clouds.
right, it's the rumba that they did. It's the first time she's really been close, intimate contact, and she
Which is
had
better
the
for her.
biggest mental block on that for
Really?
the whole dance.
But I think that's going to be where the potential is. Because if they say, metaphorically speaking and physically, keep things close to the core. You know, when things start dangling out too far and there's not a central core. Greg, don't break it. Don't
ruin the moment.
Don't ruin my metaphor here.
I'm hollow inside,
I'm
so I
bailing,
don't know.
I'm bailing.
I have nothing inside.
Greg's just a shell of a human being.
But that was part of a problem
Devin
last
on
season. Is a couple of really good performers couldn't make that emotional connection because either they weren't emotionally mature or aren't used to that. So
Well,
I hope it doesn't.
They've Dancing with the Stars has obviously set up this whole sort of like each character the dancing is kind of they're all fighting their own personal battle
Right.
just on the show. They obviously dramatic. People are gonna watch the show.
It's
for
the
something.
story.
Yeah.
It's not just the
But
dancing.
I mean, it's really interesting to see these people kind of going through these different, dramatic battles with themselves. That's something with Lyme disease. I can't feel my legs. I'm way too old to be on this show, and like all these different things. It's like you can see that, and sometimes it really hits their dancing hard.
Right. The last up is Debbie Gibson, my girlfriend, and Al. Okay, so you don't know. I had a huge crush on Debbie when she
Did
first
you?
came out. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I could tell. I could tell Debbie was going to mean more to you than it did to me. Even though I loved 80s music growing up, Debbie Gibson just wasn't my girl.
Yeah.
If they brought Freddie Mercury back from the dead, I would be into it. I'd grow out a tiny mustache to support him.
But she did well. I thought she should have got higher scores than she did. I thought they were a little rough on her. And at the end of the night, the elimination came down on Tuesday that she was eliminated. I curled up and cried a little bit.
It's tough.
I'm better now.
She needed it the most, too. I mean, I hate to say that, but her career could have really
fine.
used it.
But so now it's all about Lindsay for me. Lindsay and her violin. So
Lindsay's my personal favorite next to T.O. Big difference between T.O. and Lindsay.
Right.
Here's T.O., here's Lindsay.
The person I'm really,
But she makes me wanna be a better person.
really into one of the dancers themselves. Forgot her name, but
Redhead,
girl with the red hair. I think she's
Sharna?
Derek's partner.
Sharna.
Shauna. She's great.
Sharna. Yes.
Abs of steel, man. Honestly.
Oh yeah, she was awesome last season.
Yeah, Luke was very interested in the physicality of the female dancers. I
They're in
guess that just means you
really
want to be
good shape.
dominated.
It's just horrifying.
There's something going on
There was
subconsciously.
just a scene though. I was just like abs. I'm like, wow, like look at that.
How many times did you freeze frame a couple of the shots?
I mean, 0 Devin was around, so couldn't do it.
God, I'm going to sign you up for a
soon
CrossFit
as you
gym
went- as
so you
soon
can
as-
find love.
As soon as you went to bed, no, I was just like rewind it,
Well, I appreciate you guys stepping in for
Hot
James.
take.
Hey, thanks for
Anything
having
else
us,
you want to
guys.
say to these people?
Keep watching.
Yeah,
okay?
keep watching. James will be back. It's okay.
I know,
He's in Santorini living the dream, Mamma Mia style. Just, we'll be here.
And do they have? Do you guys have other things that they could watch you on?
Yes, you can check out my YouTube channel, YouTube/Devin Green, Green with an E on the end, or search Team Friendship Comedy.
Yeah,
Oh,
Devin PG on Instagram.
that's
Team
good.
Friendship. Do y'all hug and stuff? Is it like
That's a little weird.
It's a movement, okay,
Captain?
Greg?
Is it like Captain Power and you get together? And,
Captain Planet.
I think
oh, Captain Planet. That's what it is.
when human beings come together and put their rings together and there's some weird guy talking about his heart, things happen that are good.
That is true.
That's good. Well, on that note, hey, stick around. We'll be back next week.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching the James and Greg Show.
Hope you enjoyed this episode. You know what we need you to do now?
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Yes.
And then share this, like it, and comment on each video.
Now you'll see lots of special guests.
Yeah, and watch our episodes. We do recaps of your favorite shows. We have little adventures, and we have special guests.
And sometimes we're funny.
Subscribe.